Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out, what messages come through with the cards that do come out. So the first card that we have is the Fool card. You've got the Seven of Cups in the reverse. You could be dealing with a water sign. You could be dealing with like Cancer, Pisces, or even Scorpio. And we've got the Emperor also in the reverse. So we also have Aries energy. But at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Five of Pentacles shown up in the reverse. So this Five of Pentacles shown up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of being able to get to a place where something once could have been kind of having a hold on you emotionally. I do feel like this is an energy of being able to get to a space where you feel strong enough to be able to move on from it. It doesn't affect you the same way it once did. I do feel like with this Five of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of a shift, but I do feel like it's a shift of you being made stronger and you being in a space where you're actually experiencing more positive energy out of what you have been through or situation. And this does feel like healing energy and being in a good place on an individual level. And kind of being able to work through any kind of a difficulty that perhaps once seemed unsurmountable. I do feel like with this card shown up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of being in a really good place and being in a stronger place than before. I do feel like though with the Fool card shown up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where you could be dealing with someone who has a lot of feelings, a lot of infatuation, and even those butterflies when it comes to the way they feel about you. I do feel like though this person may be in a space where it's like they're waiting for you to be able to kind of join them in this connection as far as taking a leap of faith and also following your heart and being able to really move in the direction that you're being called to in the connection with them. I do feel like with the Fool card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of this person being in this space where they are really enjoying and feeling the good feelings of this connection with you. I do feel like though the Seven of Cups show up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of being in a space where it might be time to be able to take the next step in the connection, or to be able to kind of take the action in a connection, because I do feel like it is something that is apparent to you. It is something that is more so noticeable to you when it comes to what you want out of a situation, and when it comes to being able to see clearly what you want things to be able to unfold as. I do feel like though the Seven of Cups show up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of being in a space where it's like everything's kind of, it's like the ball's in your court. It's like people are waiting on you. And I do feel like with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, this does also feel like an energy of having a lot of options, or being in a space where when it comes to being able to make a decision amongst many options, you know what you want. So with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, this feels like an energy of being in a space where all that's left is to be able to decide. I do feel like with this Emperor card showing up in the reverse though, this does feel like a little bit of a controlling energy. I do feel like a bit of an imbalance in power. This could also be a bit of a side of a person that's coming out that feels like it is kind of unfair or insufferable when it comes to a person. This could be a person who's like a boss, or somebody who's in a position where they have the ability to actually be able to influence you in some way. I do feel like with this card up in the reverse, this person is in a space where it's like they're insecure, and I do feel like a lot of their actions or a lot of their behaviors is coming from a space where they are feeling quite insecure in this connection. I do feel like with the Emperor card up in the reverse, this feels like controlling behaviors that could actually be coming up because of this person feeling this feeling of losing of power, or feeling like there is this threat to their sense of being able to have control over a situation. I do feel like with the Emperor card up over here in the reverse, this feels like an energy of somebody who's going through what is, I do feel like, showing a lot of insecurity showing up in their behavior. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Seven of Swords showing up in the reverse. So with the Seven of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like some truths coming out. It also feel like communication, but it does feel like also a sense of someone being in a space where they want to be able to express something they can't keep in any longer. I do feel like there could actually be a confession from someone as well. I do also feel like with the Five of Pentacles showing up over here, this could also be an energy of being able to hear from somebody's more vulnerable side as far as the way in which they want to express something that is going to be, I do feel like it's going to be something very meaningful, something that they may have kept inside for long enough. I do feel like with this Three of Pentacles showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being able to work with someone. I do feel like this feels like teamwork. This does feel like an energy of being able to take a leap of faith in a connection where there is a sense of also being able to kind of give into being able to feel this connection out with this person and join them in that. I do feel like with the Three of Pentacles, this also feels like an energy of being able to work quite well together. I do feel like with this Three of Pentacles, this could even be a work situation that's turning into something. It does feel like it is taking a step or a leap in this connection or in this work situation and taking it to something deeper, something more meaningful. But I do feel like with this Fool card showing up over here, this person's joining you. I do feel like there's this team partnership between the two of you. Do you feel like with this Page of Pentacles showing up over here, that this does feel like a pretty diligent and responsible energy when it comes to the way in which you're seeing this person's connection with you. And I do feel like it is reflective of the kind of person they are or their personality. But I do feel like with the Page of Pentacles, this also feels like an energy of being able to build from the ground up. So it does feel like starting from a very unlikely place and being able to build within this connection with someone, or even when it comes to yourself and mustering up some kind of courage, being able to really have that encouragement to be able to do that. And I do feel like you kind of showing yourself that what you're actually capable of. I do feel like also believing in yourself and trusting yourself with this Page of Pentacles. I do feel like you're capable of a lot. And with this Ace of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of kind of wanting to be able to have communication. But I do feel like with this Ace of Swords, this feels like communication that is intentional. It feels like it is also bringing clarity into the situation. So I do feel like with the Emperor card showing up in the reverse, this feels like a little bit of an imbalance. It feels like a sense of somebody who's coming towards you, but they're not coming towards you in the most productive way when it comes to the way in which they are addressing the situation. But with the Ace of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an opportunity for being able to kind of break the silence. I do feel like also kind of being able to have clarity coming out of conversation from someone, somebody wanting to reach out and have communication. And I do feel like with the Seven of Swords, this feels like someone kind of putting their pride aside in order to do that. So I do feel like there is some message that someone wants to get to you. It does feel like it is something that they have to muster up a lot of courage to be able to do. But I do feel like with the Ace of Swords, they are doing that and they're opening this door in this connection with you. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have calling in your soulmates. So it says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. We have trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. And we have the past life relationship. You have known each other before. So with this calling in your soulmate card showing up over here, I do feel like this is a pretty strong energy for the beginning of a connection or even any time within a connection. This does feel like also a very intentional energy when it comes to being after something and being able to pursue something, and even the way in which things are being approached. I do feel like with this, your soul, calling in your soulmate card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of having had spent a long time really trying to manifest a situation or someone. And I do feel like when it comes to this connection, could be one that feels like it's working out quite well together with this person. Do you also feel like the person who you are dealing with is also viewing you in a very serious way? Do you feel like you have all of the characteristics that they envision for their partner, their ideal partner? And then with this card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of you being able to actually attract a partner who is ticking all of the boxes for you. I do feel like with this calling in your soulmate card showing up over here, this does also feel like an energy of being able to have a very meaningful and very deep connection with someone. I also feel like with the Three of Pentacles, it's easy to recognize because I do feel like there is a sense of being able to experience cooperation when it comes to working with this person, and even when it comes to this person's outlook with you. I do feel like this connection is one where you're helping each other as well. I do feel like with the Trust card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of kind of being in a space where I do feel like when it comes to being at the beginning of a journey, this does feel like it is also requiring having a lot of belief and a lot of faith in where things can lead and where things can go. So with this Trust card showing up over here, this does feel like confirmation of where things can be headed, and especially with them headed to a good place in this connection. I do feel like with the Trust card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of kind of being able to trust this person and being able to trust this journey with this person. And I do feel like the situation is calling for you to have faith. But with the past life relationship card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to actually experience connection that feels like it's got a lot of familiarity. I do feel like there is some history, but that could also be a sense of familiarity that you feel with this person because of this feeling of having a strong connection with them. I do feel like with the past life relationship card showing up over here and this Ace of Swords showing up over here, someone from the past could also be reaching out. And with the Emperor card showing up in the reverse, I feel like it's like they are reaching out with a lot of kind of humility, humbling themselves. And I do feel like there is this sense of being able to take a stance where somebody is coming towards you with some vulnerability with the Seven of Swords. But I do feel like it's honesty, clarity that is brought into a situation with someone, whether it's from the past or over something that happened in the past, or just the way in which they are approaching things with you now. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.